Canadian Pashtuns staged protest in Toronto City on Sunday demanding stop Pakistan's proxy war in Afghanistan. Over 1,000 protesters gathered in two separate protests at Dundas Square, downtown Toronto. The first protest was organized by mainly Pashtuns of Pakistani origin, and the second protest was organized by Canadian Afghan Council.
Who supports terrorism?
Pakistan! Pakistan!
Who supports terrorism?
Pakistan! Pakistan!
This is a proxy war. Afghanistan has been in a proxy war for the last 40 years. The only person behind all of this is Pakistan. Pakistan is funding their Talibans. They are waiting at the border to cross Afghanistan. It is not just a war for Afghanistan, it's a proxy war. We have lost millions of lives. People are dying every day and nobody is here right now to help us. Nobody, unless we unite each other and we stand in solidarity against Pakistan and against the United States of America who has left us. We have had no help since the war that has began 40 years ago. If you still believe that it is Afghanistan Talibs, if you still think that, why can't you understand that it's Imran Khan? He's the one who's been funding the Taliban for the last 20, 40 years. He's the one who has killed us. It's a proxy war.
We call upon the international community, the United Nations and other international organizations to impose strong political, economic and military sanctions on Pakistan for creating, harboring and sponsoring terrorism through haunting Afghanistan, the region and the world. We appeal to the United Nations to play a strong and effective intermediary role in urging Pakistan, the Taliban, and other players involved in this conflict for an immediate, unconditional, and comprehensive ceasefire in Afghanistan. We call upon the people of Afghanistan to unite.
Who supports terrorism?
Pakistan! Pakistan!
Who supports terrorism?
Pakistan! Pakistan!
Hundreds of protesters chanted, "Pakistan stop terrorism, Pakistan stop funding Taliban." They also urged the international community to put sanctions on Pakistan.
This proxy war is going on in Afghanistan, and who is behind this proxy war? Everybody knows, the whole world knows that Pakistan supports this proxy war. Pakistan is the only country in the region who support this proxy war and killing the innocent people. We call the whole the world, USA, NATO, all Western countries who support Pakistan to stop supporting Pakistan, put sanction of Pakistan to stop this war, to stop this bloodshed in Afghanistan.
हमारा एहतिजाज जारी है अमेरिका, तालिबान और पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ। हम समझते हैं कि अफगानिस्तान में जो लड़ाई जारी है वो इन तीनों की गठजोड़ से जारी है।
Need to sanction those in Pakistan who are supporting proxy war and terrorist aggression. Finally, Pakistan must be publicly designated a state sponsor of terrorism and blacklisted by the Financial Action Task.
Afghans have the proxy war that Pakistan is waging in Afghanistan and supporting the Taliban, equipping the Taliban. Basically, Taliban have sanctuaries across the border where they run, hide, recruit, and come back. Unless they will put proper pressure on those who sponsor terrorism and stop Taliban, close their sanctuaries, their Islamic madrasas, we will not see peace in Afghanistan. Taliban do not believe in peace. Neither they're against civilization. They're against humanity. They're killing every human being. They are terrorists. There is no difference between ISIS and Taliban. They're all killing. They're against schools, women's education. Women will be deprived of their fundamental rights, such as acquiring an education, women going to school, or even listening to music. They all will be prohibited. That's what the ISIS did. That's what the Taliban are doing. So there is no solution in Afghanistan, political solution, unless the Taliban are eliminated, their sanctuaries are closed.
And harboring and supporting terrorism in Afghanistan. This must stop immediately. That is the solution. That is what needs to happen. You don't repair what you feel when you're out there and you call back home and you
make our land as a backyard for international weapons, we ask international human rights organizations to raise our issue, to become our voice, to become the voice of voiceless people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Stop proxy war in Afghanistan. Who supports terrorism? Who supports terrorism?
So today's protest is regarding the genocide of Afghan people, which is carried out by the neighboring states, especially Pakistan, Iran and the Arab states. We condemn this genocide of the Afghans, which has been going on for the last 40 years. And now enough is enough. Our land has become a backyard for testing international weapons, and the worst affectees are our women, our girls, who suffer as a sister, as a wife, as a daughter, as a mother. So enough is enough, and we want this proxy war, which has been going on for the last 40 years, to come to an end. We condemn the decision of the US to pull out their forces all of a sudden from Afghanistan without strengthening the Afghan army. Now the Afghan nation has been thrown to the wolves, and we condemn this ignorance of the international community about the suffering of Afghan women and Afghan children.
One more question, what would be the consequence for Pashtuns who are living in Pakistani side in the wake of this ongoing crisis?
Well, we have been the affectees for the last 40 years. It doesn't matter whether Pashtun lives on that side of the dividend line or on this side of the dividend line. We are same people, we have the same history, the same blood, we have intermarriages. And if there is peace in Afghanistan, there will be peace across the dividend line. Across the dividend line, if you wish to maintain peace or to get peace, it's impossible. Once you stop the proxy war in Afghanistan, there will be peace in the whole region.
Thank you.
अभी हम जो यहाँ पर ये इकट्ठे हुए हैं, ये पश्तून कौंसल कनाडा की तरफ से और पेवस्तून टोलन की तरफ से हमने ये एक एहतजाज रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं। और ये है पाकिस्तान जो प्रॉक्सी वार कर रहा है अफ़गानिस्तान में, उसके ख़िलाफ़ हम ये एहतजाज रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं और लोगों और पूरी दुनिया को ये पैगाम दे रहे हैं कि खुदारा उस ज़मीन पर और जंग जो है वो न करें, क्योंकि 40 साल हो गए हैं और वहाँ पर ये प्रॉक्सी वार चल रहे हैं और वहाँ पर अभी एक जमहूरियत भी आई हुई है, तो क्यों ना हम उस निज़ाम की सपोर्ट में निकल के आए हुए हैं और ये एहतजाज उसके लिए रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं।
ये जो लड़ाई चल रही है, इसमें मेरे हिसाब से अमेरिका, इंग्लैंड, चाइना, ईरान, सऊदी अरब, कतर, ये जितने भी है नाम नहाद मुल्क जो सुलह चाहते हैं, ये सुलह नहीं चाहते, ये जंग लड़ाई चाहते हैं। और मेरे हिसाब से ये ज़्यादा जिम्मेदार है। पाकिस्तान तो किराए वाला है, वो तो अपना किराया लेता है और किराए के हिसाब से जंग लड़ता है, अपने फौजियों को मरवाता है। तो ये तालिबान जिसको पाकिस्तान सपोर्ट कर रहा है, ये पाकिस्तान में भी 70,000 बेगुनाह शहरी पाकिस्तानी किसने मारे हैं, और ये 5-6 हज़ार फौजी हमारे भाई ये किसने मरवाए हैं। तो ये पाकिस्तानी फौज, ये जर्नेलों का जंग है, ये वार इंडस्ट्री बन गई है पाकिस्तान इस हिसाब से। तो ये अब जितनी भी यजीदियत जो अफगानिस्तान में चल रही है, हम इसका खात्मा चाहते हैं, हम अमन चाहते हैं। पख्तून एक पुरअमन कौम है और हम इस दुनिया को पैगाम देना चाहते हैं, इस जो लोग निकले हैं अभी, कि भाई हम और जंग नहीं चाहते, हम जंग का खात्मा चाहते हैं।
Security situation in Afghanistan has deteriorated since the withdrawal of US-led NATO troops. The Afghans blame Pakistan for sponsoring the Taliban and other terror outfits to topple the government in Kabul.
Terrorism. Pakistan, Pakistan. Who supports terrorism?
Pakistan, Pakistan. Stop funding the Taliban. are greedy, you are corrupt, you are cruel. You disgust me. Pakistan,
Pakistan, Pakistan.